Very good afternoon to you all, and welcome to today's class. For the last 2 days, I was unable to take some classes because there was a national conference, online national conference, and the entire day were busy. And the previous day, the class work adjusted to Gavalan. I think it was also a seminar for the final year students who conducted seminar. So anyway, we'll be compensating all these one or two classes what are there. But I am shocked to see only 22 students are there, but maybe gradually they will be joining. So now let us focus to our part that is specially related to the validation, PHP validation form, PHP form validation. Okay. So in the previous class, if you remember, I have given you some general form, how to create a form, and we tried for some validations, but it has shown some error. Maybe. So it was the last moment, we are unable to do anything. So today we'll start a very small and a very simple form, and you have to go for these validations. Okay. So you have a solid knowledge or sound knowledge about validation, verification. So verification part is different. So I'm talking about the validation part. What is validation and how do we go for the validation of this form? Say, suppose I'm creating a form in the web technology environment because these forms are there to capture the data. What about the data? The end user has to submit to the server for any query or for any submission or connecting to the database to store that, retrieve that, all things is done that. So in this case, whether the type of data you are providing in that field is valid or not valid, that he has to check. Sometimes we submit some blank. So for example, name. In the name field, we don't write any name and submit. So it is a blank. So it should show some error. That means it will not allow to submission until those things are there. Similarly, there can be so many fields. Suppose one field is the email ID. Suppose in case of email ID, you write www.vgcs.org. This cannot be a valid email ID. So there is a protocol, there is a valid way for describing the email ID. For example, some name @gmail.com. So @ should be there. Some Gmail, mail, some mail, then .com, .org, .net, something will be there. Okay? So before we submit this data, we have to check. That means the system has to check the correct format of data is entered there. That is the part we say in the validation part. Okay. So for example, we sometimes use some restriction on this as user ID. So user ID, I say user ID, it can take anything. It can take the characters. It can take some numbers, but character is a must, and it can take some special character. But why that? And it should be visible to everybody because user ID there is nothing at all. But coming to the password, it cannot be empty. It should not be visible. Okay. Then the thing is that I put some restriction. My user ID is only 10 digit or 10 characters should be there. Maximum length is 10. Similar password I put it 6 or 8 or like that. So it will not accept less than 1, more than 1 also it may. What is the restriction we are using based on that? Similarly, suppose you are going for some radio buttons. You cannot keep it blank. But nowadays you are putting by default some value will be there or some value will be there. But if it is not, the program is not done. So without selecting any radio button, you cannot submit the data. Similarly, for the checkbox also, at least you have to check at least one. Or with the checkbox and radio button, you know the difference. Radio button, you need just only you have to select one. Out of two, you have to select one. But in case of this checkbox, you can select many items. Say for example, I want to take some courses on PHP. I want to take courses on HTML. I want to take courses on Ruby, for example. You cannot say either you have to go for Ruby or I have to go for it. Not like that. As a computer science student, I have to learn so many things. So there you cannot use radio button. Suppose you want to select the sex of a candidate, so you can say he can be male or he can be female or he can be others. He cannot be all at a time. Okay, so that is only one that case. But while you are going for these things, you can go for this checkbox. Similarly, when I want to write some comments, I want to write some address, I use some text area. Like that, we are having the combo box, this, that, other, so all things you already studied in detail in your HTML and HTML also. Okay. Now, what I am to show you in that particular field, whether the correct type of data is there or not there. So we have to provide some checking. Okay, or you have to provide something, some input to the computer, and he has to compare. You have to check. If it is blank, it will say data is required. If data is incorrect, it will say valid data is required. If it is crossing some maximum limit or it is less than the minimum limit, then also it will comment. Okay, so if you are forgetting only plain character, you are writing for the email ID, it will say no, it is not the right format. It should be something at the rate and dot something like that. It will come. So these are the things we can implement for some security in our web technology, especially while we are going for this designing the login pages, the registration page, or any type of forms that we are getting. Okay. Now let us start a small form here. Now, as I told you that we simply try to implement things instead of going for a bunch of theory. I'll prefer to write some codings and give you demonstration so that from the coding you can directly can learn. So now we go to the command mode, and for going to the command mode, you know, with the CMD option, we type it and enter. So you are already in the command mode. So in the command prompt, you know where is your file. So our file, because we want to put the files in the htdocs, because I have to run this PHP program inside the XAMPP server, or you can put it inside as a folder. Those things you have to copy and paste it inside the htdocs. But what I have done, directly I will go to the htdocs folder, and there I have to write my programs, right? So now for this you have to go for cd space XAMPP xampp. This is my server. Then I have to go to the htdocs cd htdocs. Go to that. Then you check what are the directories are available there. We are having so many things are there. So I want to open something. So for that Sublime, because I'm using Sublime. If you are using Visual Studio Code, then you can type a command code space dot enter. So it will show you also there. You can also open all things. Okay. Here also I can show you through Visual Code. Also I can show all things. If you want to see it, you see just I write code space dot enter. Okay. So in the Visual Code, you will be able to see now it's coming. Till now I am showing you Sublime, but I am showing with my Visual Code. Okay. So now I can check it here. So the Visual Code, the screen is opening because it is fast and opening after a long time. Yeah. So now you have to go for a number of things here, because on the htdocs, suppose I go for contact dot php. Okay, I go for contact dot php. The contact or connect now. Contact form will be there. So application is connect contact form dot php. Okay. So this is the form. Yeah, I can show you both ways in the Sublime as well as. Okay. So now, what is the thing I am going to explain you? I am going to explain you the entire form here, the space form. Okay. Now let us see. You don't worry, because it is 150 lines of coding. Yeah, it is maximum 86 pages or 86 lines of coding. So it is a small program. So don't worry for these things. So as I told you that our PHP program, it will consist in PHP as well as HTML. So you should not confuse whether I should start HTML first or PHP first. You start HTML first, you start the HTML last. You start the PHP first, it does not make any difference to this program. Because for PHP part, there is a tag less than question mark PHP, and when this question mark and greater than ends, that is the part it is using PHP files. Okay. And inside the and HTML also is starting with htdocs and all things. Sorry, it is starting with the HTML coding. So you can really understand this is the HTML file. But if you want to use the variables or some part of this PHP inside the HTML, then you have to use those variables and all things. Okay. Now I am simply explaining you. This is a small program when I am going to tell you regarding the contact form, and I am going to validate. Okay. So here it will be like some name, some email ID, and some messages will there, and I have to upload a file. Okay. These are the things that then I have to submit this thing, and it will validate. And if some of the things here I am forgetting a name, and then it will give you some error. If email is not in proper, also it will show some error. If message is not there, it will also tell you some error. If you have not uploaded any file, also it will show some error. So like that. 1 minute, I have things here. Yeah. So I need a small feedback from the students. Are you able to hear me till now? Nobody is responding. Are you able to hear any of you? Please respond. Any of the students, please respond. Are you able to hear till now, or because I forgot to use the earphone and was talking? Whether you are able to listen me till now? If not, I will repeat the same thing what I have told you. Are you able to hear me? Some of you, please. Okay. At least one of the students, please respond. Are you able to hear me? You are able to see me, that I understand. But are you able to hear me? Yeah, nobody is able to. Why this type of there? I don't understand. It's all yeah, no 2016 best ones are there. Any of the student, any of the students, please respond. Are you able to hear me? Till now, whatever the videos I'm giving, are you able to? Milan Thapa, but Milan Thapa in third year, why is attending this? I don't know. Yeah, Suraj. Yes, sir. Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. That's confused because the thing is that without using the headphone, I was earphone I was using. But anyway, now not I'm using. Don't worry. Okay. So till now, whatever I told, only the theory part I have told to you. So now I'm explaining the coding part. Okay. So this is the coding part I'm explaining you. Here, first I'm starting the form. That is the PHP form I'm starting. If when we are starting a form, then you have to a PHP program. You have to use this the tag less than question mark PHP, and when it completes, you have to use the question mark and greater than sign. Okay. Then I am defining some three or some variables. I'm defining. What are the variables I'm telling? First, I'm defining the variable name. So name is a variable, and I am initialize it is to blank. So how to define a variable in PHP? Dollar name is the variable which is equal to blank under double quotations and a semicolon. So I have given a comment. It is the sender's name. Who is sending his name is to enter there. Okay. So for these things in the PHP, I declared a variable. The name of the variable is dollar name. Okay. Yeah. Then I am going for the email because in my structure I am going to show you the name, the email, the message, the files to be uploaded, and also some what I'll show you that. Don't worry. While I'm running that program, I'll show you the output. Then similarly for the messages, I'm initially putting it blank, and this is the sender's message also it will show you. Okay. Suppose while I am going for validations, I have to check something. I have to go for checking the errors. I have to go for this, that, and all things. So for each and every field, I am creating some error. So for name field, I am creating name error. For email field, I am creating a email error. And also for the technology, suppose I have to select some technology. This will be the button, some radio buttons and something. Then I have to select the technologies error. Then I have to send some messages. That is the you can use at the message error. Suppose I want to upload a file, also you can go for, because here you need not be that file, that message you need not initialize to blank, not necessary. Okay. Then if it is a success message also, that also I am going initialize, that is no message, and when it is a success, some message it will show. Okay. Up to this, what I have done, I have declared the variables,
and wherever I have to initialize, I initialize to 0, and some errors also for each and every field. So for each and every field, I have given a the error message that is also declared as a variable. Those things are because those the errors also we have to use inside our program. Now I am using the method is equal to post. I told you there is a limitation for the get method because two methods will be using here. One is the get method, another is the post method. In the get method, whatever the data, everything is visible. So there is no security and maximum 4 kilobyte of data you can transfer. So, but in case of post method, so there is no restriction. And the second thing is that nothing is visible. So it is the best method. So you always use this post method. But whenever it is only for training and other things, so that time you can use this get method for demonstration. But usually for any confidential matter and all things, never use that get method. These are the main of things you should do. Keep it in your mind, right? Then I am using if I will tell you about how I am going for this is set. Okay, so this function how I am using. So I am using if is set, then dollar underscore post. That if the method is equal to post, what I am using to the server, then you take what is the thing from the submit. Submit is the button that I will come here across. So then when it is you submitted, when you submitted, then you commit it, you connect it from that one. Then what are the things I would tell? Now dollar name is equal to dollar underscore post name. So if it is submitted and if it is not null, then that name value it has to take. Okay, so dollar name will be the name what is entered in that form. Okay, the sender's name it will collect from the form what you are entering. Similarly, dollar email, the dollar underscore post it will collect the email. Similarly, the dollar message and the dollar technology, all the things while you are going using the method post, from this method these things will collect, that is the name, email, message and technology, and it is assigned to this thing like the dollar name, dollar email and dollar message and dollar technology. Okay, now it is checking if the name field is empty. So if empty, dollar underscore post name. So what are the things I put it here? If it is empty, then immediately it will show the error. What is the error? Dollar name error. Name is required and dollar errors one. So there is one error is here. It is showing. Okay. So now are you getting me? So there is error, and what is that error? So name is recorded. You cannot send it blank. You understand what I'm telling? So first it is the first condition I am putting. If empty dollar underscore in the post method, what is the data I'm sending? In one of the field it is blank. There is no data is there. Which field? The field is name. Then dollar name error it is showing. What is the error it will display there? So name is required, and then dollar errors is equal to 1 initialize. Okay. Then is telling if filter variable, this is the filter variable I'm using. This will check automatically for this email, because for email we are having a template for that one. For example, we have a format for that one. Say g underscore then our some name @ readymail.com, say, or you are using gmail.com. So there must be some @post @ whatever telling, and dot post should be there. So these things must be there in the email. Email cannot be that hello 123. It can be email ID, it can be password, but for making you can make it hello 123, but hello 123 @ gmail.com. It is mandatory in this format. It must be there. So for that, this filter underscore var, this function, it will check all the things, and it is go for the validations. If it is not there, I am telling the exclamatory here. That means if not, if it is the filter, if it is not validated, it is not the valid email, then it will show some error. Email is not valid. Okay, and errors also you one. Now, then I'm going for this said. If the technology, if you did not put anything in the technology column, that is the technology you are not selected, then technology error is showing select at least one technology. Then error also is showing one. Similarly, I'm going to the second one. If empty dollar underscore, if the message column is there, so if it is empty, if you are not typing any message there, then it will show the message error, which is equal to what is that? Message is required and dollar. So error is equal to 1. So up to this you have understood all things. Now I'm going for suppose I have to upload a file, and the file name I have given resume. Okay. So if dollar underscore files, because uploading a file instead of post, I have to use the files, dollar underscore files, and the file name is resume, and here the name is there. Then it will show some error. If it is not uploaded, you have not uploaded it, so file is required. You have to upload file, and the dollar errors is equal to 1. The last one is that if dollar errors equal to 0, so all this I am showing the errors as 1 1 1. If the error is there, that is there. If it is comparing, if there is no error anywhere, if it is equal to 0, if there is no error, at least above 5 or 6 items, no here 1 is there. If dollar errors equal to 0, if none of the fields having a error, then success message it is showing, form submitted successfully. If no error is there, okay, then you close these things here, okay, and I close my PHP. The PHP what it started, it is here, okay. So now we take this is the connect form.php. We take 1 minute back to show the output, then we'll go for the other part of these things. Now I told you that before running this XAMPP server, you have to check it that the XAMPP control panel, that you can directly type in the, here you can write XAMPP control panel. So this thing will appear, and you have to start the Apache. If it is only PHP, if you want both PHP and MySQL, you have to start both. That is the Apache, that is for PHP, and MySQL for MySQL. You can use MySQL and all things you can use it there. Okay. Now, and I told you that because of some reason I have reallocated the port number 8080, but by default it will take the port number that is 80, okay, and it will take 443, but I have allocated 4343 because I am using this port for some other work, so that port was not available. I reallocated. That is there in, things are available in the internet how to reallocate, that also we can do it easily, okay, by not issue. If your port is already allocated for some other services, then some other port you can assign for these things, okay. So now you, before running this XAMPP server, you have to ensure that both the servers, Apache and MySQL servers, are running, okay. Now it is running. I already running before because I was doing some work before this class. Then I have to go for running this program, okay. I go for running this program here, yeah. So already I run it here and it is coming like this, okay. Here, yeah, yeah, back. So I put it here. What is coming? So XAMPP is coming, okay. Now I put it here. What is my file name? Contact form, contact form.php, okay. So while I enter it here, while I run this one, so it is coming. So what is my form? My form was the PHP contact form with validation. This is the name, this is the email ID, this is the technology, this is the message, and this is the things I have to submit it here, okay. So now it should come like this, and I have to check the validations. I will not put any email ID, and then I, without entering anything, I submit it here. What will happen? Let us see. Is showing name is required, email is not valid, and select one technology, message is required, file is required. So it is showing all the things here. You got it now? Suppose I put it here only my name Gunamani Jana, then I submit, okay. Then I submit it here, then name it as accepted, no problem, no error it is showing, but it is showing email is not valid, there is no email. So suppose I select my email ID is Gunamani Jana, and then I g_readmail, then I say, so then it is saying, so your name is okay and email is also okay. Then you have to select some technology. I am using the radio button. Suppose I select PHP, okay. Now it is showing select one technology, so I am putting it here PHP, then I submit this button, okay. Now it is showing PHP is okay, you don't have any problem. So now so because there is no message I am writing, hi students, okay. So this is the thing. Now I submit. So up to this message is also okay now. There is no problem on that one. So it's telling you have to upload some resume. Then what I have to do? I have to choose a file. Once you are selecting a file here, it will ask you to select. So suppose I go for this CS4 paper 1. Then I open this one. So it has selected a file. Now I submit. If I submit all things, what it is showing? So all the fields it is okay, and at the end is showing, you can in the green background you can see form submitted successfully. You can see here it is showing the form is submitted successfully. So now this is a small validations, and I will explain you the this part also, HTML part also. You try to understand this. You can modify something, suppose here whatever the modifications you want to do, you can do it here. If you don't want all things, so instead of things I don't want Python, I want Ruby, you change it, nobody stops you. Okay, so now this is not thing, contact form validation, it is not here. Oh sorry, this is I am searching here, this is the form here. Okay, here I go for the this part. Okay, now what I have written, yeah, up to this I had explained, then I have to explain all things. After this HTML page I have to visit it. Okay, now I come here. So up to this I explained you how the PHP part works. Now I am starting my HTML page. The HTML less than exclamatory doc type HTML, and I start HTML head. Title is PHP a contact form with validation. Okay, all the things, and I am using some style sheet. This is the CSS style dot CSS I am using. Link. Okay, then I am going for this body. Inside body I am using some div, under the class I am using the container. Okay, so if I think here I have not given any cascading style sheet, and don't worry for these things now. So I have used div class is equal to main. Here PHP contact form with validation, this is to be displayed on the top. Here form method is equal to post, and action is equal to this is the part I am going to explain you. So what it is doing, action is equal to here, if you press this button, what it will do and where it has to go, and what I have written here. And in this action under double quotations I am writing another PHP file. Okay, less than question of PHP echo HTML special characters dollar underscore server PHP self. Try to understand all things, and the encrypt is equal to, there are three type of encryption is there, but I am using a multi-part. Yeah, this multi, I think some part is missing here, we can check it here. Multi-part it is there. Yeah, multi-part and sorry, multi-part form data. Okay, so you can see here, are you able to see, or I will increase the font size, control plus 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 plus. So yeah, yeah, now I think you are able to see multi-part form data, multi-part form data, which is equal to something, it is coming, it is coming. Okay, now what is the meaning of this thing? Okay, control, yeah, now you see encryption is equal to multi-part and form data, implies all things are there. Okay, now this is the thing you have to use it here. This should be there. We started here PHP, it should be a question mark. I do not know this question mark is there or not, but there must be a question mark for this. Okay, and all things should be there. Now this is the thing I am using, because I told you the three type, only the plain text, one is this multi-part whatever you are using, and another type also there, but we are interested for this multi-part form data. Okay, so then we start our HTML part. The HTML part, if you might have to observe it here, what do you see it here? So first you observe there is a label. What is the label name? First label name is name, because this is the under H1 I have already created inside the paragraph PHP contact form with validation. This is already there. It is a simple HTML that we need not worry about that one. Okay, just in a P for paragraph I have already displayed that one, or with H1 or H2 header also I have given there. Okay, now the label is here. There are 3 or 4 labels are there. First label is name, second label is email, third label is technology, fourth label is messages. These are the labels. Okay. For this declaring the label, you know how to declare the labels. I'm writing the label. Yeah, I little increase this font size now because it is not visible. Yeah, yeah. This also will take it here. This is not required this much up. Okay. So you can see, yeah, the label. First one is the name. Close the label. Then just next to the label, I am using input class is equal to input. I am putting it here because for this input I am showing some particular cascading style. Input class is equal to input, type is equal to text, name is equal to name, and value. What the value it will show here? So it telling it is putting another PSP, PSP echo dollar name. So what is the variable we are using name? What the input we are putting it there, same thing will be stored in the dollar name. It's clear? Because here in the HTML form you are writing some value for this text, input text. Okay, here I can show you here. Here I am typing some name. What I am typing it here, same thing is stored with the variable dollar name. It's clear? Similarly, I am going for the div. I am creating class is equal to error because two things are there. First, you are creating one label and the input to text box to enter the data. Now, while you are going for these validations, it has to check, go for the validation, and if any error message is there, then it has to display. For that, I am using div class, which is equal to error. Two classes here, I input and here is the error. The error and PHP echo name error, something it is showing. Okay, dollar name error, that is the thing. So then what is the dollar name error, that we'll see. Okay, so then that is the error. So what is the dollar name error? That once will show it that this type of error it has show. Now already I think we have given here dollar name error. Dollar name error. Just hope this it is coming. Dollar name error it is showing. Name is required. So when some blank data is required there, so it will show display the dollar name error. So what is the variable name error I have given? Is the name is required. Okay. So if it is not there, then immediately it will say that name is required there. Okay. Similarly, I am going for the email. So I created the label email. Then the class is input, type is equal to text, name is equal to email, value is equal to, again same thing I am putting it $PSP. So what is the value it is putting in that email? Same thing it has to take it here. Okay. So the same part it has to take it here again. Clear? So now the first was name, second is the email. So suppose error is there, so div class equal to error, PHP equal dollar email error, so it will say email is required. Similarly, I go for the technology, level technology, I create a division. You know the difference between division and span. Division is for one block and span is only for one word or one line maximum. Okay. Div input, that means for the entire thing it is valid. Division. Input type is equal to radio, name is equal to technology. Remember this name will be constant because all these radio buttons is coming under the same name, that is the technology. For the technology, I am getting three radio buttons. One is the PHP, second one is the HTML. Suppose the third one is the value is equal to Python, something I am putting it here. Okay. So here, then what it is doing, yeah, so what it is showing here for this, one minute, just 1 minute. Let me see because it's not, yeah, it is here. So for this, after this emailer, then I am putting this one radio button, and radio button I am using the technologies. For all these three I am using technology, and value is different. For the first case it is PHP, second case it is HTML. All the things you can see. First is the PHP, second one is the HTML, and third one is the Python. Instead of Python, suppose I want Ruby, you can write Ruby or whatever things you write it. Okay, let it Python also. Then it is yeah, and I was talking about this HTML special characters. So it will not allow for any injection by the hackers and all things. Okay, because whatever the special characters are there inside in between that one, so all the things it will do, and it will to make it convenient, and it will not allow any injection these HTML special characters. Okay, that part you remember. Then while I am going for this is set, what it does actually, it goes for this checking if it is set that variable technology and technology is equal to PHP, then echo it is checked. Okay. Similarly, all the three cases it will be there. One is for PHP, one is equal to HTML, one is for Python. So if you are selecting the first one, if it is that selection is equal to, it will check that one. It will show that is the PHP. If it is going to HTML, this check, then it will show that all the things three it will be there. Okay. Then we are going for the given class error. Suppose I forgot to select any of this technology, then it will show some error, that is coming the technology errors, that is coming the technology error. So that is also coming under this division. Now it is over. Okay, so now you go for the label message. Then and here I am using text area. Remember, in the text area, say, I think it is missing. Yeah, it is here. So I am using the text area because in these messages you can write a number of lines. So text area name is equal to message, value is equal to what the value it is putting blank. Initially it is blank. Then what it has to take? So PHP echo, when you are writing some message there, the same thing it has to take echo. It will echo this one. Okay. Then a division class is equal to, if is nothing there, it is blank, then it will show division class is equal to error. PHP echo $message error, so that no messages are there, message is required. So then for the resume, because I have to upload some file, so I'm writing the resume. I'm writing the name of that file is resume, because I want somebody has to upload the resume for a job in this web technology. Then input class is equal to input type is equal to file. See, previously you are writing type is something different. Here and there you are writing radio, there you are writing text. In case of password, you are writing password. In case of checkbox, you are writing checkbox. But here I'm writing the type because I have to upload a file. I'm writing type is equal to file. Remember all the things, and name is equal to the resume, the biodata. Okay. If it is not uploaded, nothing is available, then it will show some error. That is the file error. Okay, because these all the 6-7 errors also we declared as variables. So initially you already declared in the PHP program. Then input class is equal to submit. It is a button. Type is equal to submit, and name is equal to submit. Value is equal to submit. Okay. Now division style, background color. You put anything. So I have put it green here. You put it say some white. I want white. WHIT. Okay, because green color I cannot see. Okay, so all the things there. Then I all things started with the form. I close the form, and it was everything inside the division. I close the division, then close the body, close the HTML. So this was all about my things, and Control S I save it here. Now I'm going and running my program here. When I run this program and I put it here, enter. So it is showing like this. My things is there. Suppose I have written my name is computer science and engineering. Okay, my email ID is say something HOD CSC something like that. Okay, but I forgot some technology. What is the technology? I do not know about it. Message I have, yeah, form submitted, the color it has successful change. So I have written message all students must learn all students must learn PHP and MySQL, MySQL, MySQL. Okay, suppose it is a message. You write any message. I don't have any problem. Not you, it is my. Okay, so back catalog my one word MySQL, MySQL. Okay, PHP MySQL is required. So now I am submitting. What will happen? Just resume and tell me. So now it is showing form because previously it was submitted. Now I am submitting here. So it is showing error because I have not selected any technology. So it is showing that is the validation it is showing. And here also I have not uploaded in file. It is showing file is required, and it is not showing the message file is submitted successfully. It is not showing or not uploaded. You understand? So I have done a small thing. I am trying to explain you again and again. So there is some index technology in the line 20. The line number 20, you can check it here. What is the error it is showing? Yeah, no, not here. It's here. line number 20, line number 20, yeah, line number 20, yeah, dollar technology, technology, post technology, everything is okay. I don't think there is an error there, but still it is showing some thing. Technologies, technologies, dollar underscore post, this thing right there. So it's okay. The syntax is correct. There is no error here. Okay. So error is not there, but maybe some warning it is showing. Don't worry about that thing. So what exactly that error it is showing? Undefined index tag. Oh, there is a command things. Don't worry about these things. Okay, this is just warning. Okay. So before this dollar sign, you have to use some. So where it is, yeah, 2020 technology. Put it. So that great. Yeah, that error is gone. It is not showing the error. Okay, to suppress that one, just I am putting @ command there. So you observe now just what I did it here. So where it is there? I just used the that is the line number. I think some what is there like that is number is there. Anyway, just you might have observed that I used some sign before that one. So with that, it was successfully that part was over. Okay. So it was suppressed. What are the problem? What is that? It is already successfully suppressed. So nothing to worry about that. So now let us see. We submit some data here. Okay. Now I submit all this data here. Technology I select PHP, right? Because we are now doing PHP or interested for PHP. I think everybody is interested for PHP also. And I want to choose a file. So I want to choose this file CS4 paper and I want to open and I have to upload. Okay. Now I submit. What will happen? See, it has accepted everything and with no error there, and it has also the form submitted successfully. Okay. So this is actually the first part of our form validation. So there are a lot of things to go for these validations. These are simple validations I have told you. This is a very simple validation I have told you, and you can go for a number of things that you can check it whether the characters inside. Okay, let us try something. Okay, I am put it in there. Instead of name computer science, I'm writing 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4 is the name. So whether it is accepting, but it has accepted. Why? Because I have not gone for the validation of that one. So here, suppose I am writing similarly 5 4 6 7 8. Let us see. See, it is only minimum things it is done. Yeah, I am also putting it here. So okay, but it is showing email ID is not valid. So email ID is not valid. That means if you remember that one, I have given you that some filter command there. So it must be in a proper format. Even if it is not a proper email ID, I am writing A B C shift @ gmail .com. It is, I don't know it is a email ID existing or not, but it is the format is okay. I cannot check your this email ID there existing or not, that I cannot check, but it is accepting because it is in the format. One @ pose is there and one dot pose is there. Okay, this @ like that it is, and a dot is also, period is also there. So if it is in this format, then it will accept. You are providing the correct email ID or you are blocking that, my system here it cannot check it. Okay, so this is the validations. But here also for this also you can validate. So what I have given, suppose I am putting blank and submitting, so it is showing some error is there. But when I am putting some number, it is unable to think. Suppose I am putting shift underscore 1 2 3 4 and I am trying to submit all things. So let me see whether it is accepting this thing. submit. Still it is because we have not gone for those conditions.